There are people who live in a world that feels deeper than most can imagine. They think beyond the obvious, feel things others barely notice, and often struggle to explain what's going on in their minds. These are the deep thinkers, people whose thoughts stretch far beyond daily life. Deep thinkers notice patterns everywhere. A simple word, a short silence, or a moment of sunlight can lead them into an ocean of reflection. They can sit quietly and observe the smallest details. The tone in someone's voice, the way a stranger looks away, or the rhythm of falling rain. What may seem meaningless to others becomes a subject of deep analysis to them. But this gift also comes with a weight. Because deep thinkers process everything intensely, they rarely find peace. Their mind keeps moving, replaying conversations, questioning motives, reanalyzing decisions. It's not that they want to overthink, it's that they can't stop. Their brain is built to search for depth in everything. Many deep thinkers feel misunderstood. In a world that values speed and surface-level connections, their slow, thoughtful nature makes them seem distant or detached. People may assume they're cold or uninterested, but inside, they're overflowing with emotions and thoughts that they simply don't know how to express. They crave meaningful connections, people who can talk about life, purpose, and the mysteries of the mind. Small talk drains them. They'd rather sit in silence with someone genuine than waste time on meaningless chatter. This is why they often have very few friends, not because they dislike people, but because they long for depth, not noise. Their inner world is vast and complex. They spend a lot of time in solitude, not because they're antisocial, but because they need space to recharge. Being around too many people or shallow conversations can leave them feeling exhausted. Their solitude is where they find clarity, creativity, and peace. Deep thinkers are often misunderstood as being too serious or too emotional. But this sensitivity is part of what makes them extraordinary. They can feel empathy at a level that surprises even them. They understand others deeply, often without needing words. They can sense someone's pain even when that person smiles. This sensitivity, however, also makes life harder. Deep thinkers absorb the energy around them. They feel the sadness in a song, the tension in a room, and the sorrow behind someone's fake laugh. It's like carrying an invisible emotional antenna that's always switched on. That's why deep thinkers are prone to emotional burnout. Their minds never stop observing, connecting, and processing. They can't easily switch off. So when life gets overwhelming, they retreat, not to escape, but to protect their peace. In those quiet moments alone, they sort through emotions, rebuild their strength, and prepare to face the world again. They often ask questions others avoid. What's the purpose of life? Why do people act the way they do? What's the meaning behind suffering? These questions don't always have answers, but deep thinkers keep searching anyway. It's part of who they are, seekers of truth, explorers of meaning. At times, this deep curiosity can make them feel disconnected from others. While most people live on the surface, deep thinkers are diving into the depths. And when they try to share what they've found, they're often met with blank stares or awkward silences. That loneliness cuts deep. But this solitude is also their power. In silence, they discover themselves. They see connections between things most people never notice. They come up with ideas that can change the world. Many of history's greatest minds, philosophers, artists, scientists, were deep thinkers who turned their solitude into creation. Deep thinkers also tend to overanalyze relationships. They don't just want love, they want understanding. They look for emotional and intellectual connection, someone who gets their mind and their heart. When they can't find it, they'd rather stay alone than settle for something shallow. Their standards are high, not out of pride, but because their hearts are sincere. They don't want temporary attention or casual affection. They want something real, lasting, and meaningful. A deep thinker's love runs deep. When they care completely. They remember details, feelings, and moments. They'll think about what you said weeks ago and wonder what you really meant. But if they feel unappreciated or misunderstood for too long, they'll quietly drift away, not with anger, but with quiet acceptance that not everyone is meant to stay. Deep thinkers are also prone to existential sadness, that quiet ache that comes from understanding too much. They see the beauty and pain of life side by side. They know how fragile everything is, and that awareness can feel heavy. But it also gives them a profound appreciation for simple things. A kind smile, a song, a sunset. They often channel this depth into creativity. Writing, art, music, or even quiet reflection becomes their outlet. It's how they express what can't be spoken. Their creations often carry emotion that words alone could never capture. But despite their brilliance, deep thinkers sometimes battle self-doubt. They question themselves constantly. Am I enough? Do I belong? Their depth can feel like both a blessing and a curse. They long for connection but fear being misunderstood. Yet the truth is, the world needs deep thinkers. Their sensitivity, empathy, and insight remind us of what truly matters. They notice the pain others ignore. They bring meaning to chaos, beauty to sadness, and light to places most people overlook. Deep thinkers are the quiet observers in a loud world. They're the ones who pause before speaking, who think before reacting, who feel before judging. They may not always fit in, but their depth is what makes them special. If you're a deep thinker, don't apologize for it. Your depth is not a weakness, it's your gift. You may feel lonely at times, but that loneliness means you're aware, alive, and awake in a world that often sleeps. So take pride in your way of seeing the world. Stay curious, stay sensitive, stay real. The world needs your kind of mind, the kind that sees beauty where others see nothing. And remember, you're not alone in this depth. There are others who think, feel, and question like you do. You just have to find them, or let them find you. If this spoke to your heart, take a moment to breathe. And remember, your depth is your strength. For more stories like this, about the human mind, emotion, and unseen struggles, subscribe to our channel. You're not just joining a page, you're joining a space where people like you are truly understood.